another hearing. If a decision is made that you disagree with, either as the petitioner or an interested party, you must file for an appeal of the board's decision no later than 30 days after the decision is made in an appropriate court. If you think you may potentially want to appeal a decision of this board, you must give this board a written appearance before the hearing. If you are here in person, a sign-in sheet is provided which will act as your appearance. It's up on the podium. You should sign the sheet if you want to speak, but also if you do not wish to speak but might want to appeal our decision, you need to sign in. If you're appearing by WebEx or Facebook, please put your name and address in the comments section. A written petition that is set for hearing tonight satisfies that requirement for the petitioner. If you file your appeal later than 30 days after the decision of this board or give no written appearance tonight, you may not appeal the board's decision. Because the rules on appeal are statutory and specific on what you can do, the board highly suggests you seek legal advice. If you are the petitioner, in addition to filing an appeal, you may first file a motion for rehearing within 14 days of the board's decision. With respect to the public comment portion of the meeting, public comments will be only taken on the specific petition being heard before the board. Unlike city council meetings where there is a time for anyone to comment on any issues, we do not have that procedure here at the Board of Zoning Appeals, and comments will be taken only for or against the petition pending before the board. This time I would call for the roll call attendance.
Davis.
Here.
Avandra Rakoff.
Here.
Blackman.
Here.
Mulvaney.
Here. At this time, I would move to approve an amended agenda. We are tabling 3 items of old business tonight: 24 UV04, 24 BZA 06, and 24 UV 07. So these will remain tabled until the next meeting. Do I hear a motion to amend the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Amended. The agenda is amended. Do I hear a motion to approve the amended agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. All right. Next item of business is approval of minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes from previous meetings. We have January 2024 and February 2024 minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve the January 2024 minutes?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The 2024 minutes are approved. Hear a motion to approve the February 2024 minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Proofs of publication. Everybody had a chance to take a look at the proof of publication?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to approve the proof of publication? Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The question is approved. All right, there is no old business. First item of new business is 24 BZA 07.
Jason Ugetti, Planning and Zoning. The case is 24 BZA 07, developmental variance. Petitioners Christopher Chadwick and Pamela Chadwick. Site location is 1 Edgewater Drive. The request is to vary from the requirements found in section 26.1B2, accessory structures, general provisions, which states no portion of an accessory structure may be built closer than the front lot line than the nearest point of the principal structure, to allow for an accessory structure shed to be built in the front yard.
Like to step forward and tell us what you would like us to do?
Hi, my name is Jay. I'm with Team Construction. I'm representing Chris and Pam Chadwick. We'd like to build a storage facility, storage building, she shed, if you will, in front of their property. They have a, okay.
Make sure you sign in.
I will. They have a beautiful home on the river, and the back of their property, if we were to put the storage facility back there, it has a slope there. It just wouldn't be conducive to having that structure there. The front of their lot is incredibly shielded from anything. It's wooded all around it. You really can't see it. Now, in conversation with Jason from the staff, thought that they would recommend to approve with the condition that we attach a driveway to that, because they didn't want the next inhabitants of the home to be able to park a car in there and then have to drive through the yard. We've amended the plans at this point to remove the 9-foot overhead door and put just a double 6-foot hinge door, so it would be nearly impossible to get a car in there. So removing that condition kind of eliminates the need for a driveway the way I understand it. So I have the revised drawings here if you care to see them.
They're like what you described. I don't think we need to.
It'll just be a double door swinging in, yeah.
So with that, we appreciate that you would approve us to go ahead and build the structure. Thank you.
Any questions for the petitioner from the board? I'm just jealous that you're going to be able to do that. I have a 2-car garage that's full to the brim with stuff, and I have no place to park my car, so. And there's no place to put any other storage set, so I guess I have to clean it. All right, this time I'll open the public meeting. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the petition, either in person or on WebEx? Anyone here in person or on WebEx who wishes to speak in opposition to the petition? Hearing no comments, seeing no comments, I'll close the public meeting, call staff forward for the staff report.
The petitioner wishes to vary from the requirements found in section 26.1B2 accessory structures general provisions, which states no portion of an accessory structure may be built closer to the front lot line than the nearest point of the principal structure, to allow for an accessory structure shed to be built in the front yard. The site is on the St. Joseph River and is a unique lot with just a narrow frontage on Edgewater Drive. There are homes directly in front of this property, which effectively blocks the view of the proposed accessory structure from traffic traveling on East Jackson Boulevard. There is a need for a detached garage for additional storage. Due to the slope of the rear yard, it is not possible to construct a detached accessory structure in said rear yard. Additionally, the proposed accessory structure could block views for neighbors' properties of the St. Joseph River if it was placed where the zoning ordinance requires it otherwise on this property. It is not the petitioner's desire to utilize the proposed detached accessory structure for vehicle storage. However, a driveway would be required because the proposed detached accessory structure could accommodate motor vehicles. Because a door is installed large enough for a motor vehicle to be placed inside the structure, a driveway is required. Recommendation. The staff recommends approval of the developmental variance to vary from section 26.1B2 accessory structures general provisions, which states no portion of an accessory structure may be built closer to the front lot line than the nearest point of the principal structure, to allow for an accessory structure shed to be built in the front yard based on the following findings of fact. 1, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community because the detached accessory structure will be built per all applicable current building codes. 2, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because the detached accessory structure will be placed in the southwest corner of the property and will not be immediately adjacent to any other structures on the surrounding properties. 3, granting the variance would be consistent with the intent and purpose of this ordinance because a measure of relief is allowed when warranted. 4, special conditions and circumstances do exist which are peculiar to the land involved and which are not applicable to other lands or structures in the same district because the unique characteristics of the lot having 2 front yards, neighboring properties' view of the St. Joseph River could be blocked. 5, the strict application of the terms of this ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because this property has 2 front yards and the placement in the southwest corner is the most practical, allowing adjacent properties to maintain their view of the St. Joseph River. 6, the special conditions and circumstances do not result in any action or inaction by the applicant because the grading of the property is of natural cause along with the shape and characteristics of the lot being unusual. 7, this property does not lie within the designated flood area. Conditions, if the board chooses to approve the requested development variance, staff recommends that the following conditions be placed upon the approval. 1, an approved driveway is installed to the proposed accessory structure point of entrance where the overhead garage door will be installed. There were 18 letters mailed, 2 returned, 1 in favor with no comment, and 1 not in favor with no comment.
Now, we just heard that he's not putting the overhead door in, so does that remove the requirement for the driveway?
I believe you would strike that from, yes, that condition.
So we don't need to put that condition in at this point.
Correct.
Add a condition for a driveway that's not usable or needed, so, okay. Any other questions for staff? I would entertain a motion at this time.
I move to approve 24 BZA 07 and adopt petitioner's documents and presentation together with the staff's finding of fact as the board's finding of fact in the present petition.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Call for the roll call vote.
Belongia, Rickoff,
Yes.
Leichman,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulvaney.
Yes. Go build yourself a shed and fill it up.
There you go. You're welcome.
Any other staff items?
Oh, by the way, I was out there today. You have a beautiful home, and your yard is gorgeous. Very jealous.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Dang me, 15 minutes.
Night,